You open your laptop to study, stare at a difficult chapter, and within seconds you wonder, why not just ask AI to explain it? The explanation appears instantly. It is clear, organized, and somehow makes a topic that looked impossible 5 minutes ago feel easy. You read it, nod, maybe copy a few lines into your notes and move on feeling productive. Then the next day your professor asks a question that looks familiar and suddenly your mind goes blank. This is the strange problem with using AI for school. The same tool that can make studying dramatically easier can also quietly make you worse at thinking. The problem is not that AI gives you answers. The problem is what your brain does after receiving them. If you use AI to remove every moment of confusion, struggle, recall, and decision-making, you may finish your study session faster while practicing less of the thinking you actually need for an exam. And that distinction matters. Exams do not usually ask whether you can recognize a beautifully written explanation on a screen. They ask whether you can retrieve information, connect ideas, solve unfamiliar problems, explain reasoning, and make decisions without someone handing you the next step. So instead of treating AI like a smarter version of Google, imagine using it like a study partner who refuses to do your thinking for you. That changes everything. When you're stuck on a calculus problem, for example, you could paste the question into an AI tool and ask for the complete solution. You might understand every step while reading it. But if you close the answer and try a similar problem alone, you may discover that the understanding was mostly recognition, not mastery. A better move is to show the problem and ask for one hint, not the solution. Try that hint yourself. Get stuck again, ask for another hint. Then finish the problem with your own reasoning. That extra friction is not wasted time. It is where much of the learning happens. The goal is not to make studying feel effortless. The goal is to make your effort more intelligent. AI can explain a confusing concept, generate practice questions, challenge your reasoning, or point out a gap in your answer. But you should remain the person making predictions, attempting solutions, recalling information, and deciding what makes sense. It also gives you a way to measure your real weaknesses. If you attempt an answer first and then use AI to critique it, the mistakes become visible. You can see whether you misunderstood the concept, skipped a step, relied on a vague assumption, or forgot a fact. That feedback is far more useful than explanation that makes everything seem obvious. And there is an even more useful question to ask before opening AI. What can I figure out myself first? Because if you always ask the machine before asking your own brain, you never discover what you actually know. And that is where this gets interesting. The first step then is simple. Make your own brain go first. Before asking AI anything, spend a few minutes predicting, recalling, or attempting the task yourself. If you are studying biology, close your notes and explain the process from memory. If you are reading history, write down what you think caused the event before checking your textbook. If you are preparing for a literature exam, make your interpretation before asking AI to challenge it. Your first attempt does not need to be correct. Being wrong can actually be useful because it gives you something specific to correct. Now consider what happens when you reverse the usual pattern. Most students use AI like this: question, answer, copy, move on. A stronger pattern is question, attempt, feedback, revision, retrieval. That tiny change turns AI from an answer machine into a genuinely active training partner. Instead of asking, explain this chapter, ask, quiz me one question at a time, and do not reveal the answer until I commit. Instead of saying, solve this problem, ask, find the first place my reasoning goes wrong without solving the rest. Instead of asking for an essay, write your argument first and ask AI to challenge the weakest part. Notice what is happening. You are still doing the difficult mental work, but you are getting immediate feedback. That makes study more efficient without making it passive. Another powerful use students overlook is asking AI to be deliberately difficult. If you understand a concept, stop requesting easier explanations. Ask for a tricky example that could expose whether you really understand it. Ask for two similar problems where the correct method is different. Ask for a question requiring you to transfer the idea into a new situation. Recognizing a familiar pattern can create false confidence. An exam may change the wording, combine topics, or remove the clues that helped you before. AI can also mirror your explanations. Try teaching a concept in your own words. Then ask it to identify unclear reasoning, missing steps, or incorrect assumptions. But do not immediately accept its criticism as truth. Check important information against your course materials or another reliable source. AI can make mistakes, misunderstand context, or confidently produce an incorrect explanation. If you outsource judgment too, you have moved the problem to another screen. The deeper lesson is that convenience has a trade-off. When technology removes a difficult mental step, ask whether that step is part of the skill you need. If the answer is yes, keep the step. Let AI remove friction around learning, not the thinking required for learning. Use it for practice, feedback, variations, and exposing weaknesses, but make your brain attempt the problem before the machine finishes it. Because the most valuable moment may not be when AI gives you the answer. It may be the moment you struggle, form an answer, discover why it fails, and finally understand what you missed. That is progress you can carry directly into the exam room with real confidence. The best way to think about AI, then, is not as the student who knows everything, but as the study partner sitting beside you asking better questions. It can push you when your explanation is weak, give you another problem when you need practice, and help you notice patterns you might miss. But it should never become the voice doing all the thinking while you simply watch. Imagine the night before an exam. You have 3 chapters left, your phone keeps pulling your attention away, and every minute feels expensive. The temptation is obvious. Paste the material into AI, ask for a summary, memorize the summary, and hope the exam looks familiar. That can feel productive because you are moving quickly. But speed is not the same as preparation. A better approach is to use AI to identify what deserves your attention. Ask yourself questions first. Test your memory. Attempt the hardest problems, and then use AI to diagnose where your understanding breaks down. Suddenly, instead of spending an hour reviewing everything equally, you have a map of what actually needs work. There is also one habit that can protect you from becoming dependent on the tool. Finish every AI-assisted session with a screen-free test. Close the laptop. Put your phone aside. Take a blank sheet of paper and reconstruct what you learned without looking. Explain the concept. Solve the problem. List the steps. Draw the process. If you cannot do it without the AI sitting there, you probably have more learning to do. This is the difference between using AI to learn and using AI to avoid learning. In the first case, the tool makes your thinking sharper. In the second, it makes your studying feel smoother while quietly weakening the exact skills your exam demands. And once you see that distinction, you can make a simple rule. Never let AI perform a mental task you are supposed to master. Let it explain after you attempt. Let it critique after you answer. Let it generate practice after you understand the basics. Let it challenge you when you think you are ready. But keep the first attempt, the final judgment, and the important reasoning yours. Because the goal of studying was never to produce the fastest correct answer. The goal was to become the person who can produce that answer when the screen is gone. The notes are closed. The clock is running, and nobody is there to help. AI can absolutely make that journey easier. Just make sure it is helping you build the ability to walk the distance yourself. The smartest students will not be the ones who use AI the most. They will be the ones who know exactly when to use it, when to question it, and when to shut it off and think for themselves. That balance is the real advantage. If you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.